15th. It's the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. The agenda is as follows. Call to order in minute, and then public hearing for a special permit for 11 Cary Road. 6:35. At 6:45, a public hearing for a special permit for Mountain Dan Road. 6:55, public hearing for a special permit at 14 Cedar Lake Drive. 7:05, public hearing, special permit for 68 Paradise Lane. 7:06, determination for 221 Fisk Hill Road. And at 7:10, a request for an extension from 5 Leaves Comprehensive Permit. And so we can start by introducing ourselves, and I'll start down.
Mike Young.
Diane Trapasso.
Liz Banks.
Fidelis Onwebreaker.
Tom Welch.
All right. So the first thing is the minutes. If anybody has any additions, corrections. I actually have one. It's on page 5. It's a typo. The second paragraph, second sentence. Halfway down, it says Al Jalbert stated that there would be pushing, it says, it should be the, THE,
Okay.
and instead of housing, it should just be house, pushing the house back away from the water, blah, blah, blah. That was the only thing I noticed. If anybody has any other corrections or?
I make a motion to accept the corrected minutes of February 15th, 2023.
We have a second?
A second.
Okay. Motion and seconded, all those in favor? Okay, and Mike's abstaining.
I was not there, so
Absent.
abstention.
Okay. There we are. So 2 more minutes. Oh, by the time you're done reading the notice, it's gonna be
But I think we have to wait
until
to read the notice.
7:35, 6:35 on the dot.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any old business? While we wait? No? How about new business?
New day.
Huh?
It's a new day.
Yeah.
Getting old now.
You think we can?
I think you can just read it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
In accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, at 6:35 at the Center Office Building located at 301 Main Street, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, 01566, and/or by virtual or hybrid means if circumstances warrant, in accordance with applicable law on the application of Teresa Paquin. The applicant is requiring a special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300-18.2, parentheses 2, and Article 11, Section 300-11.1 through 11.6 of the zoning bylaws to order the construction of an accessory dwelling unit on the property owned by Stephen and Jamie Rudert, located at 11 Cary Road, in accordance with the plans and applications submitted. The proposed request can be viewed at sturbridge.com, Zoning Board of Appeals /pages/recent filings, or arrangements can be made to view the application packet by contacting the Sturbridge Planning Department at 508-347-2508 or by email at jlacy@sturbridge.gov. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Members of the public may watch the meeting online via the town's on-demand video broadcast or via cable television on Channel 191. It is the intent to have this public hearing in person. However, if circumstances warrant, the board may choose to hold this hearing via virtual or hybrid means. In the event of a virtual or hybrid meeting, notice of a link shall be posted on the ZBA website. Please note that the meeting hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the visual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Elizabeth Banks, Chair, Sturbridge Zoning Board of Appeals.
Thank you. So this is a special permit for 11 Cary Road, and the applicant is requesting a special permit for the construction of an accessory dwelling unit on the property owned by Stephen and Jamie Ruder. So we received information from the town planner and the fire department. And the fire department's comment was about a single doorway for ingress and egress. And the garage doesn't count as an emergency exit, and then the heat detectors, hard wiring, and interconnected smoke and CO alarms with battery backup, and the address must be marked. The Board of Health, we have concerns about wells and septic systems on this site. There are regulatory issues with shared wells and shared septic systems that should be addressed prior to granting permits for the dwelling. DPW had no comment. And then conservation, proposed work may be within 200 feet of wetlands located across Cary Road. Staff are aware that wetlands have recently been flagged on that property. An applicant is required to perform due diligence to confirm distance of work to wetlands to determine wetland permitting. And the building inspector, his comments were talked about the well and the septic, the need of a second exit, the smoke detectors, and search code information. Oh, stretch code information. That's something new. All right, and then he has no other objections. So,
And the Board of Health has approved.
pardon me?
The Board of Health has approved.
They've approved it?
Yep, so they had their meeting on the 11th, and that was approved.
Okay. And then well, you want to come up and make a presentation?
So we're trying to build, like you said, an accessory dwelling. This is kind of like why the bylaws were created. That's her daughter in that lot, her daughter and her son-in-law that live there. All of those comments, I don't know, there was another set of plans that we submitted, so I think all of those comments have been addressed.
Addressed.
Yeah, the Board of Health approved the well and the septic. There's a second egress, the smoke alarms, fire alarms are all marked and hardwired, and I think that was it.
Yeah. And you went to conservation, or you didn't have to go?
There are no wetlands within 200 feet of there. I think
Okay.
Mark Farrell was going to flag them. I don't know if he has yet or not, but as of now, there are no concerns. We'll make sure that they're flagged and go to conservation if we have to, but I don't think we will.
Okay. So it's the occupant's mother that's going to be building,
Correct.
that would be you, okay.
that's
And you're gonna
Taylor,
build and it was marked by flags, correct?
Yes. Yep, the stakes.
And that's the area?
Yeah, that's, yeah, it's the entire area of the house.
That's
It's-
including the garage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right,
I have a question. You have one drawing is this way and the other drawing is going the other way. Which way is it going?
It is going this way with the garage on the left.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay.
do you have any questions? Any more questions?
No, I just was wondering for the orientation, but that's it.
Fidelis, do you have any?
No question right now.
No questions.
All right, I'll just double check mine. Yeah, I went by there today and I saw,
I was
The
there
distance.
I was there yesterday, so there's plenty of room
it's
there.
very clear where,
Yeah.
you marked it out very well. Oh, I have one question.
Sure.
What is this on this plan? Is that the leach field?
Yeah, that's the existing leach field
This one
for
here?
the house there that we're tying into. So this is the existing leach field right here. That was the original, the plan. This is the as-built plan, and that's the addition to the leach field right there
Oh,
to
okay,
accommodate the extra bedroom.
okay, thank you. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions? No? All right, any further discussion? Well, you want to have a,
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
oh, all those in favor?
Okay, I make a motion to find pursuant to Article 11, Section 300, hyphen 11.1 to 11.6 of the zoning bylaws for an accessory dwelling structure located on the same lot as the principal dwelling unit. The applicant has met all the standards and criteria for this bylaw for the property located at 11 Cary Road.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of motion? Okay. Okay, go right ahead.
Make a motion to grant the special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300, 18.2, parentheses 2, to Teresa Paquin, to allow the construction of an accessory dwelling structure on the property located at 11 Cary Road, according to the plans entitled Proposed Site Plan Terry Paquin, prepared by Hill Engineering, plan date 2/21/23, job number 2018-057, and architectural plans prepared by Patrick Farrow for Terry Paquin, dated 3/14/2023, with the following conditions. All construction and site improvements shall be in conformance with the plans submitted and approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals. All state and local zoning bylaws, building codes, and regulations must be adhered to. All other necessary permits must be obtained prior to the start of construction, including approval of the Board of Health for use of the septic system. Well, we already, it's already,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wrote that before.
yeah, I don't think we need that. Condition number 3 will be, an as-built must be provided to the planning department.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. I think this is actually the first accessory dwelling unit that's not attached to
Yeah.
a house that we've ever had.
Yeah.
So you're the first one. Congratulations.
Much.
Good luck.
Have a good night.
Mark, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next public hearing is going to be a special permit for Mountain Dan Road. The applicant is requesting a special permit to raise the existing house and rebuild a new 1,274-foot square home in the vicinity of the existing foundation. So,
Legal
oh,
notice.
go right ahead.
Okay. In accordance with provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 11, the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, at 6:45 PM at the Center Office Building located at 301 Main Street, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, 01566, and/or by virtual means if circumstances warrant, in accordance with applicable law on the application of 16 Mount Dan Road LLC. The applicant is requesting a special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300-18.2 parentheses 2, and a finding pursuant to Article 15, Section 300-15.2A of the zoning bylaw to expand, change, or alter a pre-existing non-conforming use or structure for the property located at 16 Mount Dan Road. The applicant is proposing to raise the existing house and rebuild a new 1,274-square-foot home in the vicinity of the existing foundation as shown on the plans and documents provided. The proposed request can be viewed at sturbridge.gov/zoning board of appeals/pages/recent filings, or arrangements can be made to view the application packet by contacting the Sturbridge Planning Department at 508-347-2508 or by email at jlacy@sturbridge.gov, sorry. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Members of the public may watch the meeting online via the town's on-demand video broadcast or via cable television on Channel 191. It is the intent to have this public hearing in person. However, if circumstances warrant, the board may choose to hold this hearing via virtual or hybrid means. In the event of a virtual or hybrid meeting, notice and a link shall be posted on the ZBA's website. Please note that the meeting/hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law.
Thank you. So we received information from the town planner, Julie Vaughn, and fire department. To make sure that they follow the requirements of 527 CMR. Conservation has an order of conditions already, and there were no comments from DPW, and the building inspector has no objections to the building permit. So, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening. Leonard Jalbert from Jalbert Engineering, here to represent the property at 16 Mount Dan Road. What it was, we went through a hearing with Conservation, which was quite extensive. They required us to do a arborist survey of the property, a landscape plan for the property, and drainage calculations and everything else. Finally, we got it approved after many, many meetings. The property itself is basically going within the existing foundation which is about a 1-foot difference in setback from the lake. It's going from the basically 25.7 feet, which is above the 25-foot no build. The coverage on the property is at 7.41%, which is allowed at 15%. Before, the property was at 6.06%. It's increased roughly 15%, mainly because of access to the property on the Mount Dan side and the stairwell and everything put in on the front side deck and stuff. The habitable area of the house will actually be at 1,274 square feet, which is roughly one-story coverage, and the deck itself is roughly 200 square feet, and with a front entry at about 52 square feet, which puts us at 1,518 square feet for coverage. The house is below the 35-foot height limitation. The excavation in sight is all outside of the 25-foot, with the exception there will be 2 accesses off of the shoreline for stairs with railings in it. It's because of the people moving into the house are elderly, and for access into the lake itself, they actually need stairs and railings to get into the water, which are at the shoreline. They're subject to Chapter 91 of the state approval on the 2 stairwells. The driveway that is off of the property on the westerly side is a parking area there, which is actually extended to a 5-car parking strip, which allows for more coverage for the parking and less coverage for the roadway itself for travel, which enhances the open space of the road itself for travel for all the abutters. The water on the property is through a public well system, which was recently installed, and the septic system is a municipal pumping system with the town of Sturbridge. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you. I'll go first. Is there a garage with this?
No,
No. And also, the elevation is lower than the road?
considerably,
Yeah.
yes.
So how, it says there's a ramp on here, so how are you gonna get from the road to the house?
From the, well, in the front of the
To the
house,
front door,
there's a ramp in the front of the house going into the main exit, into the front. And then on the southerly side of the house, there's a walkway, stone walkway, that's going to be installed to go down to the house itself, which is shown
like
in
where
the
the
driveway.
where the drive used to be? Is that the
Which
south
they,
side?
well, it actually, they call it a driveway, but actually what it was is a road strip that was put in for the well triller to put in the well. That's
Right,
what
it's
that
not like a
was.
driveway, but,
Right, it's not really a driveway per se. And what it is that we're just putting in a walkway from there down to the house itself. So there's no vehicle access from the road to the house per se.
okay, thank you. Oh, how many stories is it gonna be?
2.
Two. All right, any questions, Mike?
No questions.
Did you have any questions?
No. There yesterday and yeah.
Any questions for Dallas?
No questions, however, so the new house is going to be the exact same footprint as the as the old one? That's all.
Using the term exact, no.
So approximately.
Yes, within a foot or so, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's all.
And, do you have any questions? No? Anybody in the audience have any questions? Okay.
I just want to add one point of information, Lenny, if I might. Yeah. So, I'm Bob Havlis from Architectural Insights, the architect for the project. Just one other point we just wanted to bring up was that we are close to the existing foundation, but we did move it away from the side property line to bring it more in conformity with your zoning law, because it was really close to the other property. And so when we were doing the design work, we were also working around boulders that is in there, and we really don't know how big they are. So there is a little bit of shift. We actually had to do the finding of exactly how big the existing foundation is, but we did shift it over to again, make it more in conformity with the side setbacks. I just wanted to offer that as a
Thank you.
additional clarification.
Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Close the public hearing.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay. Findings.
Motion to find pursuant to Article 15, Section 300-15.2A of the zoning bylaws to expand, change, or alter a pre-existing non-conforming use or structure for the property located at 16 Mount Dan Road. The new proposed single-family home will not be more detrimental to the neighborhood since most of the homes are close to the right-of-way.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion? All those in favor? The findings? Okay. Unanimous. Now we can have a,
Motion to
the main
grant.
motion.
Nobody? Me, okay. Motion to grant special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300-18.2, parentheses 2, to Mountain Dan Road LLC for the property located at 16 Mountain Dan Road to raise the existing house and rebuild a new 1,274 square foot home in the vicinity of the existing foundation according to the plans entitled Site Plan for Weber, Gross, and Burnett, prepared by Jalbert Engineering, plan date 6/23/22, revision number 6, dated 2/2/2023, DWG number 21129, and architectural plans prepared by Architectural Insights for Weber Residence, plan date 12/28/22, project number 21-80, with the following conditions. All construction and site improvements shall be in accordance with the plans submitted and approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals. All state and local zoning bylaws, building codes, and regulations shall be adhered to. All other permits must be obtained prior to the start of construction, and an as-built must be prepared to the planning department, must be provided to the planning department.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? All right, it's unanimous.
Good, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My plan has a date of 2022. Yours says 2023. Huh? Date on I'm just checking the date that she said on the plan.
Tom, are you related to any of the Welches from Clinton, Massachusetts?
I thought you said 2023.
They were into jujitsu and all.
Were they?
Listen to the video.
Their dad studied over in Japan.
6/23/2022?
No,
Yeah,
not that I
plan
know,
date,
but
right?
doesn't mean I'm not.
Watch out for
Is
them.
it 6/20?
Three of them, they were military police, and 3 of them are police officers in Clinton and surrounding towns. They had 6 brothers, so.
The revision number 6
Yeah.
is 23.
I don't have a date on my revision. Oh, down at the bottom. It's cut off.
Oh,
All right, just, it's good to go. Right now. Okay, the next public hearing is going to be for, 14 Cedar Lake Drive for Taylor Stedman, and the applicant is requesting a special permit to build a 651 square foot two-bay garage. As proposed, the right side setback will be reduced to 8.8 feet, 7 inches, where 15 feet is required. So you can start reading.
okay. In accordance with provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 11, the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, at 6:55 p.m. at the Center Office Building located at 301 Main Street, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, 01566, and/or by virtual means if circumstances warrant, in accordance with applicable law, on the application of Taylor Stedman for the property at 14 Cedar Lake Drive. The applicant is requesting a special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300-18.2, parentheses 2, and a finding pursuant to Article 15, Section 300-15.2A of the zoning bylaw to expand, change, or alter a pre-existing non-conforming use or structure for the property located at 14 Cedar Lake Drive. The applicant is proposing to build a 651 square foot two-bay garage as shown on the plans and documents provided. As proposed, the right side setback will be reduced to 8.7 feet where 15 feet is required. No other nonconformities will be intensified as a result of the proposed alterations. The proposed request can be viewed at sturbridge.gov/zoning board of appeals/pages/recent filings, or arrangements can be made to view the application packet by contacting the Sturbridge Planning Department at 508-347-2508 or by email at jlacy@sturbridge.gov. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Members of the public may watch the meeting online via the town's on-demand video broadcast or via cable television on Channel 191. It is the intent to have this public hearing in person. However, if circumstances warrant, the board may choose to hold this hearing via virtual or hybrid means. In the event of a virtual or hybrid meeting, notice and a link shall be posted on the ZBA website. Please note that the meeting/hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Elizabeth Banks, Chair, Sturbridge Zoning Board of Appeals.
All right, thank you. We received information from the town planner, as well as confirmation. They have issued a permit for the project, and the proposed garage will be attached to the main building via a deck for the plans. The garage is proposed to have electric utilities. It will need a heat alarm that can communicate with the main house. Bluetooth technology connecting to the main house is acceptable. This is to alert any occupants should the fire condition occur in the garage prior to spread to the main home. They had no other concerns. What was I gonna say? Okay, you can make your presentation.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and board members and members of the public. My name is, can you hear me?
Yeah.
My name is David Sadowski. I'm the principal of DJ and Associates. I'm here with Taylor Stedman, seeking the relief that was just talked about. Previously, we had been in front of the Conservation Commission, and we were given an order of conditions. And we were there a couple of times, like Mr. Jalbert had talked about, too. When Taylor first called me up, there was several obstacles on the property because the well is in the front of the property, and also there's a pump chamber that goes up into the town municipal sewer that's also located in the front of the house. What Taylor had originally thought was, if he got a garage and lined it up with the side of his house, then he'd be able to just leave the garage and go right into his house, and, you know, it would give him safety, it would protect the cars, it would do a lot of different things. And I said, well, that's going to be too close to the lake if you lined up. When this house was built in 1955, it was okay to put a building in that location, and it was okay to have lots this small. Current zoning, it's a pre-existing non-conforming situation. So anyways, we talked about moving the garage halfway up the house. What that would have done was started to put it closer to the side yard, but it would have gave relief in the rear, and it would have got the house further away from the water. Well, then we looked at it some more, and it ended up being almost an accessory building. We slid it up another 20, 25 feet to get it away from the lake. That was the real concern, was that we wouldn't be building in the 25-foot zone, and also that would be up away from the lake considerably. We'd be 40 feet from the lake instead of maybe 15 or 16. The problem is when we come forward, we can't go to the left because of that sewer pumping station and the well, and we end up being 8.7 feet off the property line. Well, we have some things that we'd like to give to make this proposal even better. One of the things that we like doing is putting rain barrels at the bottom of all the gutters. A lot of people just recharge the aquifer, but we feel since there's these drought conditions and there's not water available and everything, if we put a barrel at the bottom of each downspout, we'd have 50 gallons of water. So when the plants and bushes need some, there's a hose that comes off the barrel, you can have an overflow. And you can take care of watering around the house and keep the yard looking halfway decent. So that's one of the things that we said we'd put in a system like that, that every downspout would have a barrel. The other one was that this shed that's up, half of it's in that 15-foot no-touch zone, and the rest is further back. We're going to remove that shed from the property. Now, if we take the concession to remove the shed, it will cut down on our lot coverage considerably. That's why the garage is a little bit longer, because some of the things like rakes and shovels and things to keep the yard looking good for both Taylor and family and the neighborhood will be stored in the back of that garage. So we have a somewhat of an oversized garage. And the way that it really fits, that 8.7 up in the front with an oversized lot, it's a regular shape. I don't know if you can see it. If it was a rectangle, we wouldn't even have, there'd be a lot more room. Right now, the lot line goes out into, where the roadway got built, and it's a lot that's down along the water, and a lot of the lots down there are regular shaped or small. So the real crux of our problem is the size of the lot. And by sliding away from the lake and making the other concessions, we get close to that side lot line. And I'm ready for any questions from the board.
We don't have, do you have that?
I don't have
I don't have that either. We have the image
I
of
just
the,
have this.
we don't have this, we don't have the actual,
He's got the plan on
yeah, hold on.
that, we have that.
Yeah, he's got the actual plan that, for the, yeah, no, not that one, he's got the actual square footage plan that we're looking for, the overview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it's,
Yeah, add
where it
some
lined up.
calculations there for the square footage. There, what would be there, and put the square footage and what would be added, and whereabouts they'd be located on the lot.
Okay.
Wait, is that the garage?
Yeah, that's.
I have that one, I just don't have this.
Okay.
Which one is it?
The one with the,
Okay, it might have
Skyview
not
of it.
made it into paper. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull it up online.
I'll ask a couple questions while waiting for that. So the garage is going at the end of the existing paved driveway, correct?
Right, well, actually, the garage is coming up over the paved driveway
Okay,
by about 6 or 7 feet, so the area where cars used to be exposed will now be inside a building, so when you come by, you won't see a vehicle sitting in the yard, it'll actually be in the garage, but it already is an impervious area, some of that area that the garage will be over.
I went by there today and there were flags. Was that for the garage or for something else?
That was for the garage.
Okay, so I saw where, and I saw the well and the,
Yeah, the garage was staked, and you could see the
Sewer.
well sticking up, and you could see the,
those aren't moving.
no.
And you're removing the shed. So if you're standing at the house looking to the right, there's a land there. That's not your property?
No, man, that's a non-buildable lot next door.
It's the abutter's property.
And then the house on the house after that is one that came before us that I wonder who, remember that one?
Yeah, I remember it. I forget them.
The house they just did, they burned down the old house and built a new one.
Down at 20.
Yeah. They
Down
didn't,
at
they didn't burn
number
down.
20.
No, the fire department burned it down for practice, right?
Yeah, that must have been it. But no, it's new. It's new owners. The Oxmans live there. They're wonderful people.
Right, I just was wondering if that land belonged to them?
It
or-
does not. No,
There's somebody in between.
Right. He owns from that area there almost down to that house. There's a chunk he owns, but because of how thin it is and everything, it's been deemed non-buildable.
I remember that being talked about when the other neighbor came before us.
So is this detached? Because it's, like, from ours, it looks like it's attached, so it's detached.
It's just
or-
it's detached, but it's adjoined by a roof line
Roof,
and
okay.
by a covered porch.
Oh.
And are you keeping the existing shed on the property?
That is going to be removed. Was 156 square feet.
I
something
think
like
it's 159 if memory serves me correctly, but
that's going to be removed.
no, 157.
There at the bottom left of your screen,
Perfect.
of which about 75 feet or so is already in that 25 no build zone. So that will be, and regrowth of the vegetation beneath will allow to occur.
There's gonna be electric up in the garage,
Yes,
but that's it? No
right.
water or
There's
anything
no
like
water,
that?
no sewer, no anything else,
Okay.
just electric. Yeah, the only, if I could, the only connection would be when you come out of the house, you'll go on the deck, you go over and go into the doorway, and the porch will extend over the roof.
And
So
this-
that in the wintertime, the elements won't get on you.
Yeah.
If it's raining, you'll be safe. And it was, again, it was moved forward even more to get it further away from the lake.
What do you have above the garage?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
At this point, just storage is our plan. So no plumbing, no nothing else. It would just be for just pure storage. It's a small 1950s basement right now, so we don't really have enough storage in the house as it is. So at this point, just storage. You do see the rear stairwell that we have going up to the storage area. That was just building upward is better than building outward.
Okay.
So the only windows are just what you have up front? Or do you have windows at the back as well?
I'd imagine we'll put some in the back.
Because
Does the architectural plan show any?
We don't have a drawing of the back yet. There was no need to at the time, so we just have the side profile and the front view.
That was a very good question, because I would think that maybe in case of a power failure, whatever, you would have some type of little bit of glass so that you could benefit from the outside light that could come in, so there'd be a safety walking around inside the building. And the family currently has 2 vehicles, and the 2 vehicles would be in the garage, and they'd be housed in the garage. That's the real reason for this, is to get them out of the weather, out of the sun.
And the ball field across the street. Luckily, we haven't caught a fly ball yet with our cars.
From the elementary school?
Yeah, the Burgess baseball field there
Yeah.
across the way.
The balls fly over to your
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
What's in the
close,
milk?
but you must have some powerful hitters on,
Right?
over there.
Yeah, the problem is they're hitting it to the side, not straight.
You guys have any questions, Mike?
No questions?
Do you have any questions?
No.
You guys have any more questions? No? Okay, do we have, oh, anybody in the audience have any questions? No? We have a motion to close the public hearing?
I make a
about the-
motion.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
You second it. All those in favor? Okay, unanimous. Close the public hearing.
Motion to find.
Yes.
A motion to find pursuant to Article 15, Section 300-15.2A of the zoning bylaws to expand, change, or alter a pre-existing non-conforming use or structure for the property located at 16 Mount Dan Road. The proposal is very consistent with the neighboring properties and will not be more detrimental to the neighborhood.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Okay, unanimous for the findings.
Did I do the right address?
No, that was 16 Mount Dam Road, so I just wanted to make sure on the record we had 14 Cedar Lake Drive.
Oh, that's right, located at 14 Cedar Lake Drive. Okay, that's, yes. The correction on the find, it's 14 Cedar Lake Drive.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Very good.
Otherwise, they'd have a nice garage.
There's a, yeah.
Motion to grant a special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300, hyphen 18.2, parentheses 2, to Taylor Stedman for the property located at 14 Cedar Lake Drive to build a 651-square-foot two-bay garage with the right side setback will be reduced to 18.7 where 15 feet is required. According to the plans prepared by DJ Associates for Taylor Stedman, plan date 12/27/22, revision number 2 dated 2/26/23, and architectural plans provided with the following conditions. There was no name on the architectural plans, they were just as presented with the following conditions. All construction and site improvements shall be in conformance with the plans submitted and approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals. All state and local zoning bylaws, building codes, and regulations must be adhered to. All other necessary permits must be obtained to the start of construction, and as-built must be prepared to the planning department.
You have you have a question?
Because this was recorded, I believe you said 18.7 for the side yard setback. It should have been 8.7.
8.7,
Because
yes,
if it was
I'm
18,
sorry.
we wouldn't need any relief.
Right, I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct. 8.7.
Just for
Very
the
good.
record, so that it's,
Yeah.
since we're recording.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I have it written that way, too.
Okay, do we have a
18.7.
second?
Second.
Fidelis seconded. He beat you.
He beat me, it's fine. He must have had more coffee than me today.
All right, all those in favor of the motion? Unanimous? And you're good to go.
Thank you so much, and I know you guys are all volunteers. Thanks for your service. You know, it's a non-paying job, and you just make enemies, not friends. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's actually been a pleasure working in this town.
Yeah.
I come from Clinton, so I'm not down this way all the way.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
If you want,
Enjoy.
he said he could read it if you want.
Oh, do you want to read it?
Cars will be covered.
Yes.
Thanks again, guys and girls.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
This is Paradise Lane.
Yeah.
So we have to open the hearing and then continue it.
And then make a motion to continue it.
So, yeah, you can open it.
Okay. So this is the legal notice.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. In accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 11. The Zoning Board of Appeals would hold a public hearing on Wednesday, April 19, 2023, at 7:05 p.m. at the Center Office Building located at 301 Main Street, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, 01566, and or by virtual means if circumstances warrant, in accordance with applicable law, on the application of Jeff and Martha Buchanan for the property located at 68 Paradise Lane. The applicant is requesting a special permit pursuant to Article 18, Section 300-18.2, parenthesis 2, and a finding pursuant to Article 15, Section 300-15.2A of the zoning bylaw to expand, change, or alter a pre-existing non-conforming use or structure for the property located at 68 Paradise Lane. The applicant is proposing to raise and rebuild a single-family home as shown on the plans and documents provided. As proposed, the front setback will decrease from 30 feet to 15 feet. The proposed request can be viewed at https://www.zoning board appeals/pages/recent findings, or arrangements can be made to view the application packet by contacting the Sturbridge Planning Department at 508-347-2508 or by email at jlacy@sturbridge.gov. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Members of the public may watch the meeting online via the town's on-demand video broadcast or via cable television on channel 191. It is the intent to have this public hearing in person. However, if circumstances warrant, the board may choose to hold this hearing via virtual or hybrid means. In the event of a virtual or hybrid meeting, notice and a link shall be posted on the ZBA website. Please note that the meeting hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Elizabeth Banks, Chair, Sturbridge Zoning Board of Appeals.
Thank you. So, the applicant is still working with the Conservation Commission at this time, so they are requesting a continuation. So, we wish to continue the hearing to May 17th, 2023 at 6:55. So we have, I guess that's a motion,
Yeah.
right? Do you have a second?
Second.
Did you second it? All right, any discussion? No, so all those in favor of continuing the hearing to May 17th, 2023 at 6:55? Unanimous? All right. That. The other one, all right, so next, we have a determination for 221 Fisk Hill Road for Jerry Farinala. They're requesting a determination to build an addition to the existing property.
And he's,
Is there somebody?
yeah,
Oh,
he's virtual.
okay.
Virtual, sorry.
We have information from the town planner. Conservation. Project is
Yeah.
within the jurisdictional buffer to wetlands located off-site. An application has been submitted and a public hearing will be scheduled for the Conservation Commission's 4/20, it should be 2023. It says 22.
That's a year
And they
late.
don't anticipate any issues. It's this year, right? It's this month?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Tomorrow.
This year, so that's to be 23. And From the fire, the original structure was built in the 1960s. The added space will require an upgrade in the addition of hardwired photoelectronic smoke alarm with a battery backup that is interconnected with the rest of the original structure. Bluetooth technology is acceptable. The new space must meet current fire and code requirements. So,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and make your presentation.
We're just building a master bedroom and then repurposing a bedroom that's already existing into a master bathroom. There's just a addition off the right-hand side facing the home, which will be 16 by 24, and then repurposing a existing bedroom into a bathroom, and then extending the front of our great room out about, it's going to be like 139 square feet of extra room. So, that's about it. Sorry.
Right, so I'll just mention that the reason why they have to come for the determination is the lot is .94 acres. So it
Yes.
doesn't have the 1
Yes.
acre. So that's the only
Correct.
reason why they're here. It's, otherwise, everything else is fine.
Everything's within setbacks, everything has been checked out. Yeah, it's just that we have to get delineation from 1 acre to .96 acres, yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
So the new parcel is this portion right here, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm good.
No.
No questions.
No questions.
I don't think I have any questions either. So, you want to make a motion?
Okay. Motion to grant the determination to Jerry Farinella to build an addition to the existing property at 221 Fisk Hill Road according to the plans entitled Plot Plan for Gerald V. and Suzanne L. Farinella, prepared by Burton Engineering, plan date April 15th, 1996, and architectural plans prepared by Trafoni Design Associates, Inc., for the Farinella addition, plan date 3/5/20, job number 281-096. The addition does not intensify the existing or create additional non-conformings, and the owner may apply for a building permit.
You have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Right, seeing none, all those in favor? All right, unanimous. Do you have a
Good luck.
question?
No, he's
Oh.
not.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, is that all I have to say?
That was fast. Okay. All right, so you want an extension on the,
Yeah, the existing permitting for the Five Leaves project. We're requesting a 24-month extension. We're going to be reducing the size of the units from 97 to 36. We should have revised engineering and architecturals to submit later this year. And that'll give us time to, obviously, plan. The 24-month period will give us time to get all our budgeting and planning in order.
okay. Does anyone want to make a motion? Go right ahead.
I make a motion to grant the request for extension to Five Leaves Comprehensive Permit / NBM Realty LLC to June 9th, 2025.
Second? Anybody a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor? All right, you're all set.
Right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, so they had come to us before, and it was a 1 year. What, you
Yes.
just said that now,
Now-
all the extensions are 24 months
All
automatic?
permit- all
Is that-
Jean was saying that all permits now are 2 years. When we issue them, they're for 2 years. Janae?
Yes,
Oh,
That's
good.
correct?
That's good.
yes. Yep, that's what Jean said.
So that's why it's 2 years. All right. We don't have old business or new business. Anything else? Anybody have anything?
Next meeting, May 17th, we will obviously have this
Have one,
continuation
yeah.
and others that are
Whatever
coming
else
down
is
the line.
going on.
Yeah.
Right then. Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Anybody want to second it?
A second.
All those in favor?
Say
All
aye.
right, unanimous.